Hello people, back to us on the channel that discuss various things about train. One and only EL.train Channel. In this episode we will discuss about kind of railway as an English course for semester test. Before that we will guide you today. He is young cadet Gifarly Farrel Najidra, cadet number 2110141 from Construction and Railway Technology. Let's start and enjoy it. A train is a means of transportation in the form of vehicle with the power of motion, either running alone or in combination with other vehicles. There are several types of trains according to their driving force included. But before we go to the next topic, there are two things you can get to make it easier to learn, so don't miss it. Steam train is a train that is driven by steam produced from a stair boiler heated with firewood, coal, or fuel oil. Therefore, this vehicle is said to be train. Rail train, abbreviated as a Farrel, is a rail train that moves with an electric motor propulsion system. Diesel trains are a type of train that is driven by a diesel engine and generally use diesel as engine fuel. According to the shape of the track, the train is divided into two, namely 1. Conventional rail. Conventional rail trains are trains that are common. This is a type of train used rail consisting of the two steel bars placed on the bearing. In certain areas that have a steep elevation level, a serted rail is used with a place in the middle of the rail, and a special locomotive with gear is in use. 2. Monorail. Monorail trains, single rail trains are trains whose tracks are not like the usual train tracks. These train tracks consist of only one iron rod. The location of the train is designed to hang on the rails or on the rails, because in aviation is usually used as a means of urban transportation, especially in the world's metropolitan cities, and is designed similarly to an overpass. In terms of the location of the track, the train is divided into three, namely 1. Surface. Trains are the most common in the world, because the tracks are above ground level and parallel to the road. The cost needed to build this train track is also the cheapest compared to elevated and subway. The construction of this type of railroad was built on a large scale throughout the world in the period before World War II. 2. Elevated. Train is that has on track on overpass, which is built with to help supporting poles. In Jakarta, there is already one flyover line that has been completed, namely from Manggarai to Kota via Gambir Station, and the plan is to build another one, namely from Senayan to Kuningan, which will be collaborated with the Malaysian side. For information, the cost needed to build an elevated train track is in 3 times the cost of making surface track with the same distance. That's why in Indonesia it is still very rare to find this track. 3. Underground train or subway. A subway train is a train that has track below the ground surface. Train tracks of this type are usually built in by tunneling underground. Subway tracks also allow to be used of transport meaning products that are located underground. A special practical track makes this type of train a prima donna in big cities around the world, such as Tokyo, Hong Kong, Seoul, Paris, New York, Berlin, and many more. Classification of the transportation modes in the system. Service are express passenger train service that cover longer distance than commuter or regular trains. There is no precise definition of intercity rail. Its meaning may vary from country to country. 2. Suburban or commuter or urban rail and regional system. Suburban is a passenger rail transport service that primarily operates within the metropolitan area, connecting commuters to a central city from adjacent suburbs or smaller towns. In some European countries, the distinction between commuter trains and long-distance or intercity trains is subtle, due to the relatively short distance involved. For example, so-called intercity trains in Belgium and the Netherlands carry many commuters, while their equipment, range, and speed are similar to those commuter trains in some larger countries. Regional rail usually provide rail service between towns and cities, rather than purely linking major population hubs in the way intercity rail does. Urban rail transit is a long occupation. There are four various types of local rail system providing passenger service within or around urban or suburban areas. The set of urban rail system can be roughly subdivided. Tram completely along street with a relatively low capacity of frequent stop. Passengers usually board a street of curb level, although the floor of tram may be below left boarding. A linear system is a rail-based transit system that has higher capacity and speed than a tram, usually by operating in exclusive right-of-way separated from automobile traffic but multiple unit trains rather than single tram cars. A rapid transit system is rarely usually in an urban area with high passenger capacity of frequency of service and usually full great separation from the other traffic. A monorail is a railway in which of the track consists of single rail, as opposed to the traditional track with two parallel rails. A commuter rail, a regional or suburban rail system operates on mainly tracks which may be shared with intercity rail and freight trains. Thank you very much for watching and see you next episode. Bye bye.